One of the issues that guys over 50 deal with is how your fitness regimen should be adapted for your aging bodies. You might not feel like a day over 35 as you gaze into the mirror every morning, until you do something you've always been doing, and then can't stand up straight the next day. You can slow down the aging process, but unless you're a magician, you ain't gonna stop it. There are a number of common training mistakes that can derail your strength and quality of life goals and potentially cause lasting damage. Awareness of this and knowing how to avoid problematic practices can make the difference between thriving in your training or suffering chronic, preventable injuries. As we age, our bodies respond differently to a litany of things that we take for granted, among them diet, sleep, and exercise stress. Recovery takes longer, joints become less forgiving and less resilient, and the margin for training errors shrinks. In summary, proper training or exercising after 50 can reverse up to a decade of age-related muscle loss, but only when done correctly and consistently. Here are 7 walking mistakes that destroys your health. 1. Inadequate warm-up. This is one that we've all been guilty of at one time or another, but as we get older, a proper warm-up becomes critical to getting the most out of your workout and avoiding injury. Cold muscles and joints are injury-prone at any age, but the risks increase significantly after 50. Skipping proper warm-ups is pretty common among seasoned lifters who hold fast to habits they developed decades earlier, remembering when they could jump straight into their working sets, with a cheeseburger and fries on the side. By the same token, inexperienced trainees may have limited understanding of what constitutes a proper warm-up. What to do instead? Spend 5-10 minutes on dynamic warm-up exercises, then do some mobility work specific to your planned exercises. Gradually ramp up to your working weights with proper progression. 2. Using the wrong shoes. Using the wrong shoes when exercising is a mistake because it compromises your biomechanics, reduces performance, and significantly increases the risk of acute and chronic injuries. Footwear dictates how your body interacts with the ground, affecting joints and muscles from the feet up to the hips and lower back. Here is why using the wrong shoes is a critical mistake. Increased risk of injury, chronic pain and tendinitis. Worn out or improper shoes fail to provide necessary support, leading to conditions like plantar fasciitis and Achilles tendinitis. Acute injuries. Lack of proper traction or ankle support can lead to rolls, sprains, and twists. Impact on joints. Shoes that are too soft or lack stability cause the feet to overpronate, roll inwards, or supinate, roll outwards, placing undue stress on the knees, hips, and back. 3. Not using your arms. Not using your arms while walking is a mistake because it disrupts your body's natural balance, decreases forward momentum, and reduces efficiency. Proper arm swing acts as a counterbalance to your legs, with studies showing that keeping arms still can require up to 26% more energy, as your muscles fight to maintain stability. Key reasons to swing your arms while walking include improved balance and stability. Arms act as a counterweight to the legs. When the left leg steps forward, the right arm moves forward to stabilize the body's center of gravity. Energy efficiency and momentum. Arm movement enhances forward momentum. Not swinging them can feel more tiring, essentially acting like walking 20% faster or carrying a heavy load, according to some studies. Reduced body rotation. The swing cancels out the natural rotation of the pelvis, allowing for a smoother, less strenuous gait. Better safety. Free arms are crucial for balance and for breaking a fall if a trip occurs. Increased exercise benefit. Active arm movement helps engage the upper body and abdominal muscles, resulting in a higher calorie burn. 4. Poor exercise tempo and control. Rushing through movements or failing to maintain proper control throughout the exercise range of motion can lead to injury and lousy results. This includes not using strategic pauses during lifts. What to do instead? Depending on the movement, implement 1-3-second pauses at critical points in each lift. For example, deadlifts paused above or below the knee. Focus on controlled eccentric, lowering phases. Maintain proper breathing patterns throughout movements, inhaling and bracing where necessary. 5. Poor walking posture. Poor walking posture is a mistake because it causes musculoskeletal misalignment, leading to pain in the back, neck, and hips, and increases the risk of falls. It causes premature joint degeneration, muscle fatigue, and poor, inefficient breathing. Proper form ensures better, pain-free mobility. Here is why poor walking posture is a mistake. Physical pain and fatigue. Slouching or hunching, especially looking down, causes strain in the neck, shoulders, and lower back. It makes walking less efficient, causing faster fatigue. Musculoskeletal misalignment. Incorrect posture, like leaning forward or looking down, places excessive stress on your muscles, ligaments, and joints, accelerating degeneration. Increased risk of falls. Proper posture is key to balance. Poor form can lead to slow, shuffling steps, increasing the risk of losing your balance or catching your foot. Foot problems. Poor walking technique, such as failing to use a proper heel-to-toe stride, can lead to issues like plantar fasciitis, heel spurs, and shin pain. Restricted breathing. Hunching restricts the chest cavity, making it harder to take deep, effective breaths, which can reduce stamina. 6. Walking while looking at your phone. Walking while looking at a phone, often termed distracted walking, is a mistake because it significantly impairs situational awareness, leading to a high risk of injuries from trips, falls, and traffic accidents. Studies show that distracted walkers are roughly 61% more likely to veer off course and are frequently involved in accidents, including walking into walls, falling down stairs, or stepping into traffic. Here is why looking at your phone while walking is a mistake. Traffic accidents. Pedestrians distracted by phones are 4 times more likely to exhibit unsafe crossing behaviors, such as failing to look both ways or ignoring traffic lights. This increases the risk of being struck by vehicles, which has led to a rise in pedestrian fatalities, with phone use being a contributing factor. Trips and falls. Looking down prevents you from seeing obstacles like potholes, uneven sidewalks, or stairs. Almost a quarter of phone-related walking injuries happen at home, often due to tripping or falling on stairs. Collisions. Distracted pedestrians frequently walk into fixed objects like lampposts or, in some cases, dangerous areas like train tracks or open manholes. 7. Insufficient recovery time. Proper strength training after 50 can reverse up to a decade of age-related muscle loss, but only when done correctly and consistently. What to do instead? Allow 48-72 hours between strength training sessions for the same muscle groups. Listen to your body's recovery signals. That is how sore do you feel? A little? A lot? This matters. Consider splitting your routine into more frequent but shorter sessions. Conversely, you could cut down the frequency and adjust the structure of your workouts. For example, you might have full body sessions just twice a week. If this video helps you understand these mistakes that are destroying your health, hit the like button. It tells the information is worth sharing with more people who need it, and if you need more information about health and natural remedies, subscribe to this channel so you will receive more information in future videos. Until next time, thanks for watching.